All right, hi Virgo. So I pulled some cards for you. So the first one we have is the Ace of Air. Ace of Air, a truth. Okay, and on the bottom we have the Three of Cups. It's like a gathering of some sort, of ideas, of people. Okay, that's from the Sacred Web Tarot. And this is from the Midnight Magic Tarot. It's my mushroom deck. So we have the Hierophant, the Turkey Tail. Interesting, these two cards from this deck came through in the Capricorn reading. I believe in different positions, but I remember that both of these were in the reading. And on the bottom, we have Queen of Cups, Nargan's Bonnet. Yeah, Nargan's Bonnet or bonnet, whichever way you say that. Queen of Cups. Okay, I'm doing a different thing this time. I have it lengthwise. I'm gonna see how this works out. I feel like it just kind of like obstructs, you know, there's a lot of sun going on in the background, but we'll see. Just, yeah. Okay, and then the messages we have here are Summer Roberts from the OC, Access a Memory, Queued Up, Multi-Talented, and Learning. Huh. Okay. Let us start with this. So this card, excuse me, this is the Ace of Air or Ace of Swords. And to me, this card is very much the same energy as the Justice card, just going in a different direction. So typically in most decks, the Ace of Air is a sword coming up out of the dark, a truth being revealed, something coming into the light willingly shared. And in the Justice card, the truth is pointed down, a truth having to be claimed from the darkness, something that is not being willingly shared, that needed to be shared. So they hold the same energy, in my opinion, just being used in a different way. So this is something being willingly shared, something coming up from the dark into the light. Okay. And this is the Three of Water. And there's three different energies here. So in a typical deck, it's like celebration, people coming together, you know, dancing, you know, drinking wine, whatnot. But these are three different animal energies here. Three different energies, very opposite to each other. Like a large alligator, a tiny bird, a small fish. This could be about people, but it could also be about like ideas or emotion, different levels of emotion. Oh, different levels of emotion, different types of emotion. You think of like a crocodile, it feels more like a aggressive emotion, and a bird is more flighty emotion, and a fish is more of this like Queen of Cups energy, like in the waters. But this little bird is highlighted here, and we have Summer Roberts right below it. Whoops. We have Summer Roberts right below this. So I'm kind of leaning towards Summer Roberts being this bird, or this Summer Roberts energy being the bird. Oh, and we have a bird in this. Technically that's a heron, quite different than that little bird. But we'll see if that has any connection. Flight. Something being revealed, yeah. Something being revealed about Summer Roberts, the Summer Roberts energy, this bird energy. So Summer Roberts from the OC, she's one of the main characters. Okay, let me see where this is going because there's so much I could say there. Okay. Then we have access a memory, kind of right underneath this Three of Cups energy and underneath the Ace of Air, which access a memory and then something being revealed into the light. A memory being spoken, something being shared from the past. This Queen of Cups energy is a nostalgic. It can be nostalgic. It's emotion. It's connected to memory, the past. Emotional love, care, emotional support, mothering energy, but in like an emotional way. It can be called the mother in certain decks. That's why I'm the cups, the water. Accessing a memory. Something being revealed and brought. And this is the Ace of Air. So this doesn't sound or feel like something trying to be hidden. Could have been something even like forgotten. But something needing to come up, a memory needing to be shared. About potentially this Summer Roberts energy. A daughter. Okay, then we have queued up, and that's sitting halfway under the Ace of Air and then halfway under the Hierophant energy. Queued up. So this is like something like ready to be watched, to be seen, to be spoken even. I'm thinking about YouTube. I have a playlist on my personal channel. It's hidden, but it's like my queued up, and I put videos in there that I want to watch like sooner than later. Something being seen sooner than later. Something needing to be spoken or shared sooner than later. A memory being accessed sooner than later. I'm thinking of the Ace of Air. It's a revelation. It's something just coming into the light. I'm trying to see if this is more just within you, a recognition, a revelation within yourself. Could be something different for everyone. Could be something actually spoken and needing to be shared and revealed. But it could also just simply be a revelation, a need to see something sooner than later. Hold on, guys. My nose. Sorry. Normally when my thing is like this, I can kind of like duck off camera and do that, but it is what it is. We're trying something new right now, so. And it's that time of year. Okay. So we have multi-talented sitting right underneath the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, I want to see what this is for your reading before we even bring anything in from Capricorn, because this could be very different. But this Hierophant energy always reminds me of the Lover's card in a lot of decks. It doesn't look like a typical Hierophant energy where it's just the main, because the turkey tail is technically up here. And then in a Lover's deck, and not all Lover's decks, but when there's like a marriage, like my favorite deck, the Thoth Tarot, the Lover's card is literally the two lovers with the Hierophant above it, presiding over a marriage, being a witness, marking something as valid or true. So that's why this Hierophant always reminds me of that, because it's not just the Hierophant, which in most decks, the Hierophant is the whole card. It's not this. Typically that's like the Lovers card is like this. So some so it's reminding me of like something presiding over something, unifying two different things. This could be ideas or thoughts, could be people. I heard communion. It can hold like a sacred leadership energy, like a pastor or a pope, someone who holds like spiritual knowledge. Doesn't have to be spiritual, but typically the hierophant energy is related to like spiritual knowledge. Holding something that other people need or can learn from, being called upon to speak, not needing to just speak, but holding the information and being ready and available to share it. To unify, since we have these two energies here. Multi-talented, bringing things together. Maybe this has something to do with memories. Bringing memories together, connecting things. I'm thinking of like neurons in the brain. Like neuroplasticity, when you introduce new things into your brain, you're creating new neural networks, new neural pathways, connecting different things together, unifying things in a new way. Multi-talented. Creating new talent, creating new things when you do this. It's going to help bridge. So accessing a memory, speaking about your memories, writing about your memories. Ace of Air can be about writing information down, writing a book, writing in any way. And since we have the Queen of Cups here, this could even be poetry. Queen of Cups and Ace of Air, I would say poetry, something even romantic, emotional. Yeah, like poetry is like turning the emotion into words, putting it into form. Memory. Yeah. Okay. Bridging things. And that bridges energy. It can get, so if you're like struggling with like even memories or pain from the past, like writing poetry or writing your thoughts down, putting form to your memory, to your pain, to your past, can help reveal a lot of things. It can help give relief as well. Multi-talented, writing, creativity. Yeah. It just feels like it's going to bridge some things in a significant way. This is a trump card. It's significant energy. It's big. It's archetypal. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, then we have learning right underneath the Queen of Cups. Emotionally supportive. Learning a new hobby, a new way of bridging energy. Learning emotional support, learning how to bridge things, how to connect your emotions. And maybe this is even like disjointed emotional energy. Because it's not like women dancing around in a circle drinking wine. It's two different energies. And these can represent like animalistic, like primal emotional energies, like more like I said at the beginning, alligator being more like aggressive. If this is about like a single memory, like having a lot of like emotional emotions around a single memory even. Yeah, to me the best way to like deal with Like, if this is about a single memory, my favorite thing to do is writing poetry. It literally helps you get it outside of you and see it and give it to other people, and it's no longer in your body. So if you have like these competing emotional feelings about like something, really giving it form. This could even be about like art or creating videos or skits or something. Giving it form, like getting it outside of your body instead of like, you know, these different like I wanted to say competing energies, competing emotional energies. Potentially, that could just be a single person's story. We have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups energy knows how to do this. And you have learning right underneath it, learning how to do this. And it's okay to be a learner. Being a learner is beautiful. Gathering information, trying something new, and just knowing that when you first do it, you're not going, well, I'm not going to say that you're not going to, but typically it's not going to be like the prettiest or the most like revered thing that you're going to make. It's just meant to like propel you into something new, create these new neural pathways. When you do something new, you're creating that. It looks like it's going to help create some kind of multi-talented energy. It's going to even bridge together different talents you have. Yeah. Queen of Cups. We have Summer Roberts here. What is this about? Summer Roberts. Interestingly, the OC has come up for me significantly in the last couple of weeks in a different way. But Summer Roberts. I was just thinking about New Year's Eve. Summer Roberts came in for me significantly on New Year's Eve. The Spider-Man moment with Seth Cohen, where she realized that she loved him and she ran back to him. And he was hanging upside down on a roof. I don't know if that has anything to do with this, but um, that came through significantly for me on New Year's Eve into New Year's, like right in that energy. Access a memory. That's a memory. So maybe something happening, a recognition, because we have this Ace of Air, a recognition of something, a memory being brought into the light, just like I did. That was a memory. It was kind of random, but that's like a memory. Maybe something even random that you don't even realize that might be important. Sharing it, writing about it, getting it out of you, speaking about it, being called upon. This energy speaks when it's called upon, it shares when it's called upon. This could simply be about memory, even the emotions behind the memory. Yeah, Queen of Cups, the emotions behind the memory, behind the knowledge, behind the things being bridged together, behind the truth. Mine was a revelation of some sorts in my life. So that might just, interesting, something coming up, queued up, something being revealed sooner than later, shared sooner than later, working on something sooner than later, trying something new sooner than later, learning sooner than later. Maybe New Year's Eve, if something significant happened to you on New Year's Eve, New Year's, like right around that time, like maybe the hopes, the dreams, like synchronicities that you were seeing. Like I was seeing Summer Roberts at that time. Like, that doesn't have to be like New Year's for you, but it could just be something for someone. multi-talented. Yeah, because queued up is between the Ace of Air and the Hierophant. Speaking a truth, a memory, sooner than later is going to bridge something that's going to create greater talent or greater connection, knowledge, neuroplasticity in some way. And just, yeah, look up Summer Roberts, the OC. Like, I don't know why else that would be right here. Time is it? Only 20 minutes. Wow. Okay. Some of my readings have been getting long because of the messages that come out, but that just felt like that kind of all just like came together really, really quickly. I'm not really seeing anything more here, unless this is just like about marriage in some way, because we have the Queen of Cups, and in the Capricorn reading, it was about partnership. Queen of Cups, a union, like marriage night. That's the only other thing I can think of. Preparation. Yeah, Virgo, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here. I feel like just everything that wanted to come out that I can see came out. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that here. Yeah. So check out Summer Roberts, the OC. You might find some synchronicities, something valuable for you. Spider-Man scene. Yeah. And it's the year of the horse, and Seth Cohen loved horses, so, and they had like their whole like a horse connection, a horse joke. So okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here. I hope you gain some alchemy, some knowledge, some questions that you need, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.